Welcome to the Just As We Are podcast. I'm Katrina, certified life coach, aspiring author, lover of people, mama in recovery, and student of life. Each week, I will bring you love, inspiration, the real life stuff people are afraid to talk about, and guests who are willing to shine their light for you. I give you self-care practices and mindset tips to help you shatter the negative stories you tell yourself. Now is the time to step into the beautiful, loved, whole woman you already are. Let's walk this journey together. Welcome back. I am super just grateful to be here and to be in my closet in my bedroom recording another amazing podcast for you guys. The feedback that I've received so far on the episodes that I have published and this whole journey has been truly so inspiring for me to hear what is being changed in your guys' lives already, the takeaways that you're receiving, and from people that I just really would not even expect, and that's one of the most awesome things when you go out and you do something like this and you share a part of your story or you share something with somebody else, like the feedback that you receive, and when the person you least expect comes up to you and says, oh my gosh, I am loving what you're doing, keep going. And those are some of God's greatest gifts for me in doing this whole project and doing this whole podcast. And I am even more on fire about it after coming back from a weekend in Scottsdale, Arizona at the Mommy Millionaire live event with my mentor and coach, Kayla Kraft, who is one of the most beautiful, authentic, inspiring, real people that I have met. And she cares so deeply about her mission of making 1 million mommy millionaires. And I am so grateful that I get to walk this journey with her and that she is leading the way on this path and helping other women lead the way to help her in her mission. And this event, I took away so many things from this event, so many nuggets in different areas and different aspects of my life and in this business that I am creating and working on. And, my focus and where I want it to go and what it's going to be. And I know that God is working wondrous ways in my life, and He just continues to provide for me in this time of growing and healing in ways that I just never even expect. And so I wanted to jump on and share with you guys just one of the very little but yet very gold, beautiful nuggets that I walked away from this weekend that will have profound effects on my life and already has, and will have profound effects on my business and what I continue to do from here on out, and in sharing that with you and bringing that to the guests that come onto this podcast. I walked away with a lot of names and information from women who really want to get on and share their own stories, and that I know that you guys will just love hearing their stories and finding out that we're all just so much alike in so many ways, no matter where we're at on our journey or which chapter of our life we're in. So I cannot wait for you guys to hear these women and share this with them. But really, what I wanted to talk to you guys about today was one of the activities that we got to do at the Mommy Millionaire live event. And by the way, if you're not already following Kayla Kraft, go follow her. Go look up her mission at mommymillionaire.co. Shoot me a message. Let me know if there's any way I can support you in getting in that mission with her. I would be more than happy to do that. But one of the events that we got to do this weekend, one of the activities that we did was there is a woman named Tara Romano who she has been on her own journey, and I'm putting it out to the universe that I will have her on this podcast one day. I will absolutely have her as a guest on this podcast. But she has a business called Tone and Tease, and she really just helps women embrace and love themselves with movement and with dance, with exercise. And it's about empowering those women to love themselves no matter where they are or what they feel like, to really embrace who they are in their own skins. And she did this exercise, Tone and Tease. We did it in the morning. And, it was one of the most uncomfortable and exhilarating things that I have ever done in my life. And, she's up there teaching and we've got sexy music on and we're dancing and we're dancing, and you'd probably kind of feel like you're at one of those pole dancing classes, without the pole. And for me, that is so super uncomfortable. I don't recall a time in at least sobriety where I have felt that I felt actually sexy or really embraced that inner woman inside of me. I've never been able to embrace my femininity. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but you all know what I get. You all know what I'm trying to say. The feminine side of me, not embrace the womanhood of me completely, or even, this came up for me too, like my motherhood, all that is all encompassing in being a woman and not really embracing that. And, so during this dancing workout, Tara calls people up on stage with her, and I was one of those people. So she points at me and tells me to come up on stage, and I'm just like, oh shit. But I go because I know that when you're called to do something, you get up there and you do it, and miracles will happen. And that's what happened. I got up there and I was so uncomfortable, you guys, so out of place. I'm not in love with my body right now. And that is something I came home with, to really focus on loving my body the way it is and nourishing it the way it is, even more so than I have, and really just focusing on embracing all that I am. But I'm up there on stage and I'm dancing with her and in front of all these women, and all I received was love. All I received was so much love from all of these women, and it was just truly amazing. And afterwards, and I told them, I had to fight back the tears. Like, I wanted to really just die and melt away and fight. I had to fight back the tears that were on the brim of coming out, but I held it together and I didn't. And afterwards, I was just like, oh, I cannot believe that just happened. And it was transforming in a way, and it was on my mind for the rest of the day. And there were other experiences and events that happened, throughout the event that were all about embracing our feminine side, all about embracing ourselves as women, as queens, as really standing in our own power. And the next morning, we did another exercise with Tara, and I could tell, I felt myself like already tensing up and just being like, this is going to be so weird. This is going to be so awkward. I don't think I can do this. I can't hold this together. Like all the things, that come up. And, it was so powerful. And I usually work out with my hair in a ponytail. I took my hair out of a ponytail, kind of shake my head back and forth, and like just kind of really went inside and found my alter ego that's talked about when it comes to this. It found my alter ego. I named her Kiki, and out came Kiki. And like, even talking about it right now and sharing this with you guys is like, holy cow. It's still so new, and it's uncomfortable, and it's exhilarating, and it's exciting at the same time, because I know that there is something like truly here for me. But I just let loose. I let go, and I allowed myself to really be present and be involved in the activity that was happening, and really hear Tara's message, and really just, be there in the moment with it, and let go of all of the ideas that I can't be sexy, I can't be beautiful because I look like this, or I can't dance the way that the skinny girl next to me dances. Like, letting all that crap talk go away, because nobody's really focusing on me anyway. Everybody is focusing on themselves, and the same types of thoughts are probably going through their brain, and they're working on letting go themselves. They're working on embracing their own bodies as they are. And so they're not focusing on what I'm doing. And I'm the only one that's worried about what other people think and focusing on that. And it doesn't matter, like letting go and just really letting loose and getting in touch with myself in that way and watching the other women get in touch with themselves that way as well was so inspiring. You know, I didn't grow up learning a lot about femininity, or I don't think I'm saying that word right, but I don't really care. You all know what I mean. Femininity, or my womanhood, or, you know, really embracing that. I was never a girly girl. It wasn't until about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago or so that I really actually enjoyed starting to dress up in skirts and things like that. I've always been a jeans girl. Like, give me my jeans, give me my hoodie, I'm good to go. You know, and I don't mind the makeup. I like the makeup. I don't do a lot. I would rather honestly go natural, but you know, in doing my hair, like that was not my thing, and getting into all of that and doing all that stuff. And that's not what makes you a woman or makes you feminine in doing all that stuff. But when I do those things, I feel more beautiful. I feel more confident. I feel better about myself. I feel more womanly. And so being involved in that this weekend was just, you know, so inspiring. There was another experience that we had that just kind of really encompassed the Tone and Tease experience I had, you know, really embracing that. And so if you don't embrace that, you know, what is it we're missing out on when we aren't able to embrace that about ourselves? That we are beautiful beings just the way as we are. Our husbands, if you're married or partners or however, you know, they're not looking necessarily at all that stuff that we see or so insecure about. And I know for me, I really focus on that stuff, and that's part of why in some ways I may hold back for my husband, or I may not be, you know, as willing to be as open with him in certain areas. You know, if we learn how to embrace that and really love that and really just nourish and cherish the bodies that we have. And, you know, do you touch yourself? Do you actually look at yourself in the mirror? Do you, you know, put your hands on your thighs? Do you feel your breasts? Do you, you know, just, do you do those things? Do you notice your own body, or do you ignore it? Do you put it to the wayside? Do you not love yourself in that way? I think it is such a huge area, and I'm only realizing all of this because of my own breakthrough with it. And I'm just at the beginning. I'm learning. I'm like, you know, there's something to this because I feel different. I'm transformed in some way. Something happened this weekend through this experience, and, you know, I see an area of lack that I really want to focus on and really embrace, because this is going to support me in being the queen, the confident, the brave, the smart, the worthy warrior of a princess that I am. And, you know, focusing on this part is just going to, you know, help me love who I am even more. And when I can do that, and when I'm more in love with who I am, and I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling confident, and I'm feeling sexy, like, that's the stuff I put out into the universe. That's the stuff that I put out to my husband. That's the stuff I put out to my kids. That's the stuff I pour into my friends. When I'm able to embrace all that and fill myself up with all of that, that's the stuff that I give out. And I don't know that this part, and maybe it is, maybe I just haven't found the area or the podcast or the book or whatever that it's really talked about. And so I'm excited to see what comes of this, and I'm a little nervous, and I'm a little scared, like, oh shit, here we go. We're moving into some new territory of growth, which is always going to be amazing. It's always going to be awesome. And, going through it may be uncomfortable, and very interesting and, all the things, but how will I know unless I go and try it? How will I know what's going to happen unless I do something about it? And we don't know unless we go and do something about it or we go and try it. But it was really just a freaking awesome experience. And I am excited to see what comes out of it because I already know what's changed already. I already feel the transformation and I can see it. So to continue to bring this into my everyday thoughts and to be focused on it, to notice what's going on, things will shift. And they'll shift in ways I don't even know. I just know it's going to be really freaking good. But I wanted to share that with you. I want to know, have you experienced this? Do you focus on this part of yourself? Is it something that you nurture and care for? Or is it something that you just bypass? Because I see now that there is such strength in encompassing and embracing and really nurturing this side of ourselves as women, as really just owning that. And it's not something I really understood before. So I wanted to share that experience with you and maybe get you thinking and just kind of taking a little deep dive into yourself and when is the last time I've stopped and looked in the mirror and instead of immediately going to that spot, or those couple of spots where I oh, that's there, instead going, oh my gosh, look at the beautiful, amazing, sexy, confident woman in the mirror and walking away with that and just holding my head higher, actually holding my shoulders back, just carrying and walking in a different light with that confidence and that presence about yourself. So I hope you've got something out of today's episode. I hope that it gets you kind of just diving into taking another look at an area that we really could just embrace and nourish and love on, that will help those of us who, have that shame about ourselves or that stress about ourselves or that, that stuff that we keep lugging around. It's another area that has always room for growth. And I just kind of dare you to take a moment to really just touch your body, feel yourself, love on yourself, praise yourself, and look in the mirror and embrace all that you see and love all that you see, because you are completely whole, perfectly made, and beautiful just as you are.